Kia ora, I'm Carla from Learning Matters. Today I'm going to share with you some ideas for practicing handwriting at home. Writing, story writing, is a really complex task. Supporting our children to develop correct and automatic letter formation is a great way to help alleviate the complexity of writing. If they can retrieve instantly the letters they want to write and can form these with ease, then the task of writing isn't as taxing for them. Handwriting time is also a great time to secure sound to symbol or sound to letter associations. We build visual and motor memory for letters. Let me show you a few things that you can do at home to help your child. First of all, when your child is learning to write, help them to develop what's called a pincer grip. A pincer grip is like where we have our three fingers coming together to hold our pen correctly. If your child struggles with this, you might need to help them practice developing the strength in their hand to be able to hold their pen like this by doing some fine motor skill activities. The second thing, before you go into teaching them to form letters and more complex shapes, you would spend some time helping them to develop the skill to be able to do bigger movements with a pen or whiteboard marker. So you might help them by teaching them to draw circles or squiggles or lines first. That's part of their natural development as they lead into handwriting and writing. I want to now though help you to understand how you might help them to build that visual memory, motor memory and sound memory for letters and sounds. So if we have a look at our chart over here, we can see that we have some letters that sit in the grass all the time, and we have some that stay in the grass but also go up in the sky, and we have some that are in the grass but go down to the dirt. This is a really handy tool for you to see where letters sit. Often our children have great difficulty and we have really big letters that are not necessarily placed in the right place. So here is the actual line for us to write on across this black line here, and I'm just going to show you the importance of these letters sitting on the line. So if I'm going to be, for example, forming this C, I would start at the top of the grass area and bring my pen around like this. We always form our letters from the top, whether we're forming them in the grass or if they are a sky letter and start up in the sky. Let me show you how we would go about forming our B. We would start up at the top of the sky and come down and then up and around in the grass. Start at the top, come up and around. So you can see how the colours on this handwriting magnet, you could also use paper that you can print off that's organised like this, or you could check out our handwriting books on our website. So placing the letters on the colours really helps your children to understand where those letters should sit on the line. Explain that to them first when you're teaching them. I now want to bring in how you would potentially combine the letters and sounds that you're teaching your children with your handwriting teaching. So for example, you might be teaching the first cluster of sounds, which would be all your vowels and then some consonants such as t, p and s. So if we knew that our children could read all of those sounds and we've been practicing encoding or writing them as well, we might also combine letter formation practice with that. So today I'm just going to be focusing on S. 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 S is a letter that sits completely in the grass, and you notice that when I'm modelling this, I'm saying the sound as I do so. When you set up your handwriting structure for your children, it's not a structure that we completely load up on the whiteboard or on the chalkboard like we used to experience at school. Do one line and observe their formation as you're going to ensure that they're saying the sound as they're writing the letter, and also that their formation is correct, starting at the top and finishing where it should finish. So if we've completed our line of S, we might then go into creating some words using the sounds that we have been practicing. S, A, T, sat, S, A, N, sun. And then you might create a line of words. You might just stick to one word, or you might have two words. So we start with individual sound, we go to a few words, and then I might come down and we might actually create a sentence. Again, keeping it cumulative with the sounds that we know already. I sat in the sun. And we would then read our sentence together. I sat in the sun. So what I'm doing is I'm scaffolding this handwriting, mirroring the process of increasing the cognitive load, getting it closer and closer to writing all the time to support my children. A couple of other things that you could do at home is you could take your whiteboard pen and you could have them practice these things, particularly really large letter formations on your windows, on mirrors, on your fridge if you're able to write on your fridge. You can get outside and you can do these activities in the sandpit, or you can use chalk on the pavement. I hope that you have a lot of fun with your children when you're completing these activities, and I hope this has given you some insight into how important teaching handwriting actually is. Ka kite anō.